Hello, Redland.Farm again. I'm going to do a quick video here for you on, besides the countryside organic, what else we put in our chicken feed. So it also, mainly it's going to be about Diatomaceous Earth, or DE. And for the first couple years, all I ever used was this stuff from Robbie's feed. This Red Lakes Diatomaceous Earth. It's OMRI certified, so it's okay for, you know, organic certified feed. But I talked to one of my neighbors, this guy that contacted me off of Craigslist, and we've been trying to find some way to get some quality feed that meets the standards that we have, like countryside. But we can't find anybody that can touch the price, at least with the shipping involved. But he's really into Diatomaceous Earth. He's more into, I call him more of a chicken whisperer. This guy, he weighs his chickens and he checks them like every week for mites and all that stuff. And he came over here and checked out my chickens, and mine were a little underweight, so I increased the feed to 6 ounces, but I'm trying to take it back down to 5 ounces because there's just no way to support that feed. The feed cost, yeah, what do you got? Oh yeah, this Diatomaceous Earth. There's no way to support 6 ounces of chicken feed every day at $6, you know, 50 cents an egg. It just doesn't calculate. So we're trying to see if we lose any eggs going down to 5 ounces. But the main thing is, he knows a distributor of a more premium Diatomaceous Earth, because I didn't realize this Diatomaceous Earth has, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's a tough one to pronounce. Everybody just calls it DE. D is in David and E is in Echo, DE. But he knows a distributor who sells like a premium pure Diatomaceous Earth, because this has some ash and some filler. It's only like 60% Diatomaceous Earth. So this was like $30 at Robbie's Feed for a 40-pound bag. So I was at Robbie's Feed one day buying some little water bowls and stuff, and they had this other Diatomaceous Earth, which is pretty good. It's called Permagard, and Diatomaceous Earth is also called fossil shell flour. And this stuff was $40 for a 50-pound bag. So actually, it wasn't even any more really than the stuff with the filler, and this is like 99% pure. And mainly, I'll go into what Diatomaceous Earth is used for. We put it in the chicken feed because it's. We also put it on our protein shakes, especially the new stuff. It's all food grade, and it's supposed to be. Some people, there's a little left in your food. If it gets wet, they say it doesn't work to its maximum effectiveness. But it has benefits, which I probably should have wrote down because I'm not familiar on them all. So you're gonna have to research it yourself if you're really interested in all it does. But mainly what we use it for is for it's for like fleas on the dog, and for parasites, anything that has an exoskeleton, like the bugs and stuff. It kills them. And when we put it in the chicken feed, we feed our chickens on the ground, so they eat a little bit of it, and also it gets in the dirt, and then they do their dust baths in there, and they get in their feathers, so it's real good for the chickens. Some people, yeah, we're still working on the video. So some people, it's got all kinds of uses. I got like, I always keep a couple 100 pounds on hand, but I was really impressed with the purity of this stuff. But then my buddy came over, and he does the grandpa's Diatomaceous Earth, and this is like the gold standard of Diatomaceous Earth. And I think Robbie's Feed on Chrome just started selling this. I think they stopped selling this stuff at 40, and I think they sell this for $65 a bag. Yeah, but anyway, you'll have to look it up. This is what I recommend: Grandpa's Diatomaceous Earth, and it's really premium. You can feel the difference even when I felt it compared to. It also helps keep the food from caking together. And if there's any bugs that grow in the food, if you got old food, which we go through our food, we go through a ton of food every 2 months at least. So we don't really have bugs, but I put it in there anyway because it's got other health benefits. But if there's any bugs that would develop, they touch this Diatomaceous Earth and then they die. So it's good to add in your food. And the Grandpa's brand, I could tell a noticeable difference. I've been using this stuff for years. I still got like 200 pounds of this stuff, but I just mainly use it for, you can also kill ants with it, but it's kind of messy because it's a bunch of powder, but it's like a natural ant killer. which mostly we use Diatomaceous Earth to kill the ants, but you can also use borax and some powdered sugar mixed together. But I think that's a little bit stronger. I prefer the Diatomaceous Earth when possible. Just gets a little expensive for the killing the ants. But anyway, this Grandpa's. If you're down here, contact me and he can probably get you. Well, just hold on a minute. Papa's doing a video here. Okay, this is going live on World Wide Web. Yeah.
Killing the ants?
Yeah, killing the ants.
Oh,
you got ant bite, right? You got ant bites on your hand, right? Ant bites.
Ow.
Yeah, you got ouchie. So the Diatomaceous Earth kills the ants, and you get less ant bites, right?
And now
I'm gonna kill them for you. Yeah, no more ants. So the Grandpa's. If you want to get in touch with my buddy, he can get you a better deal than the $65 at Robbie's Feed, I'm sure. And then I'm just gonna go over a couple other things we put in the chicken feed real quick, because I got the bags out and I saw these. Now, when we use mainly the Countryside Organics, they already have calcium in it, but every so often I'll sprinkle a little bit of the oyster shell, because if you notice your eggshell is getting a little softer. We just put a little bit on the floor of the tractor, and if they want some, they'll eat it. If they don't want it, they won't eat it. Eggshell, yeah. Yeah, but also you save all your eggshells. We save them all, and we smash them up and just throw them out in the field. And the chickens, when they're small enough, they could get it from the eggshells. You want to kind of break it up because you don't want to encourage them to break the eggs. But luckily we haven't had any trouble with the eggshells. But oyster shell. So I always got a little bit of that on hand. And then the Countryside, again, I mean, I think they're a little expensive, but I can't find anybody that does everything you do. This Fertrell nutria-balancer, we mainly use this when we do the barley, when we sprout the barley. This stuff's like $60, $70 for a 60-pound bag. But, Creed, you're blocking the video here, buddy. Hey, come in, let me put you on your chair. Yeah, hang on there. You can look at Pancho. Keep Pancho in line. So this Fertrell, it has a whole bunch of good stuff for the vitamins and minerals that you don't get if you just give them, you know, like sprouted barley and let them get the bugs and the grass. And one other thing that people give their chickens is grit, which they need to help them digest the food. But we don't really give grit. I haven't gave out grit at all since 2011 because we've got so many rocks here. I just think there's plenty of rocks that they can get that they really don't need the grit. And I don't have an easy way to distribute the grit. It's not like I can put a container out and they all get it, because we got like 3 dozen all around, and then we got the tractors, the mobile, I'm gonna call them mobile pins. The mobile pins, and it'd be too hard to put it in there because it'd rain, it'd get it wet, it'd just be a big mess. But some people give their chickens grit, but we've got so much rock because this whole place this was all rock and a couple inches of dirt, and I had to rock plow it with a gigantic tractor. They put like 2-foot trenches in, 25 feet by 15, so there's plenty of little rocks out there they can get in their digestive system. But anyway, my main point of the video, besides the chicken supplementation, is I'm really impressed with this Grandpa's Diatomaceous Earth. So look them up on the internet, or I'll put a link if you got any questions. And it's real good stuff for all kinds of things around the homestead. Getting rid of fleas. Sometimes we coat the pets with it, the cat and the dog, if we think they're going to get fleas or anything. And we put it in their feed too. Supposedly it's good for parasites or worms. It could also help with that, but that's not, I can't confirm that. But Diatomaceous Earth, good stuff, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.